this is Swish Podcast. My name is Jung.
And I'm Duy Nguyen.
And we have a very, very special two people. It was supposed to be one, but surprising guest coming in just on the day. We have Stefan Huynh on my right side, and Dinh, surprising guest Dinh on my left side. Originally, it was supposed to be only with Steph, but then Steph invited Dan, and now we have a surprising two guests for today. Thank you. Before we start anything, do you guys want to introduce yourself a little bit, just shortly? Yeah.
Sure. I'm just a guest appearing. I'm Stefan Nguyen, Vietnamese name Duy. Played here in Vietnam for 5 years now. Before that, I was playing professionally in Sweden. Mm-hmm. Played in one of the two basketball institutes in Sweden for my high school years, and that's how I got here to Vietnam. 5 years later, I'm here.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Dan?
Name's Dinh. Vietnamese name is Dinh Tan Tao. But anyways, I've been playing here for close enough to Steph, about 4 years, about to be on my fifth. Came from the States, from Houston, Texas. Was born in Boston. I've been playing ever since I was 13. So yeah.
So how are we doing? Are we looking at each other or are we looking at the camera?
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I might be looking at each other.
Oh, it's okay. No, that's fine. Be comfortable.
Yeah. I'm looking at you.
Be louder.
Speak
louder.
Speak louder. Alright. Sorry for Dan. I did not expect you were gonna be here today. So I prepared Steph's intro, but I could not prepare for your intro.
Good.
So I'm just gonna go through everything. Right. Intro. Stefan Huynh, born in 1992, February 24th, in Sweden, Ängelholm. Mm-hmm. And you were one of the top high school basketball players in Sweden. Played from U15 to U20 for 5 years, and played 2 years as a pro in Malbus, right, in Swedish professional team.
Yeah.
And in my information, I heard you played several NBA players like Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, that was the U18 national team.
Wow.
We played Jonas Valanciunas, Rudy
Memphis
Gobert.
Grizzlies, right? Rudy Gobert, yeah.
Evan Fournier. We played Dario Saric. And his counter was just like we're the same age. Like in Europe, you play like the same year you're born. So like everybody that's born '92, like you had like this Euro hops rankings. And we remember coming into each and every tournament, you always played like 1 or 2 ranked in those. But you never knew back then that they were gonna be like NBA players. Right. I had no idea. Like Rudy Gobert just sat on the bench the whole, and we came into the warm-ups, and then we hear boom, boom, boom. We were like, what the hell is going on? He's just, standing, dunking. That's the only thing he could do back then. So we don't even remember that. We just remember there was like a tall-ass dude, skinny as hell, just sat on the bench the whole game, and then before and after the game, he was just dunking. Like just picking up the ball, dunking, picking up the ball, dunking.
Right.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I remember that.
Alright, to keep going. And then after that, you came to Saigon, right?
Mm-hmm.
About in 2016, around
15,
15, right?
Yeah.
And to play for Saigon Heat ABL. That was your first season, right? And then in 2016, you joined the Da Nang Dragons as a heritage player.
Yeah.
With one of your best friend. Horace Huynh,
yeah.
Right?
Shout out to the midget.
Yeah, love you, Horace.
You don't watch this.
Impressively wins the championship right away in the first season.
Yeah, we had him in the first round.
Oh,
yeah. Well, man, who makes up these rules, man? I never heard of a wild card before.
All right, and then in 2018 you joined Hanoi Buffaloes.
Yeah.
And then you go to the finals again.
Mm-hmm.
Meeting this guy.
You see, when you play straight up rules,
Man, you played. I told Huy before I came in, you're like LeBron James in the beginning.
Yeah, for real though.
Every time you play, you go to the finals.
Two
seasons.
Yeah, I played first season, second season I played for I skipped a year.
Yeah, you did.
And then I played half a season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those 2.5 seasons I played finals.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky to have good coaches. Coach Dante and Coach Todd.
Shout out.
I'm just saying, I went to the finals 3 times in a row.
Oh, sorry, man. I did not expect you to do that. I'm so sorry, bro.
3 times in a row.
We gotta be more prepared next time.
I was not prepared for him. I'm so sorry. Okay. To go to the next, and then in 2019, last year, both of you guys joined the historic national team to win the first bronze medal in the basketball category, right? And that's it for the introduction for Steph. Wow.
That's not,
That was just introduction. And that's all the...
It's crazy when you talk about it, because like us as players, we never think about it like that. We just look ahead of us.
Exactly.
You don't ever think about what you did 2 or 3 years back. You just think like, oh, what's next? What's next? So you're so into it, being in a professional environment like ABL, VBA, national team. It just goes on, and whatever you achieved is just behind there.
Right.
We had never talk about that stuff.
Not really.
When we hang out, it's all about family stuff or stuff that
chilling, hanging,
life stuff. Yeah, you never really talk about that stuff. So now when you brought that up, I was like, damn, I kind of did.
It's a lot.
It
was a lot, even when I was like.
I think you forgot one thing too. We played 2017. 2017.
Right.
That's when Horace. Horace, shout out to Horace. Shout out to my boy, riding that bench.
Right. I remember that SEA game because I was in Korea at that time. So, but then I think I was looking at your story on Instagram, and you posted like all of that, and then I was just kind of going. It was you and Horace, and it was just like long sentences about these guys, about the memories that you had with these guys, and then just how you guys bonded so quickly and so much in a short time.
That was good.
Yeah, that was very I still remember now that I was like looking at it, and then I was.
No, me and Tam, we wasn't like cool like that. Like me and Tam, we were like battling each other. Like I saw him as a competitor. I was like, I ain't gonna fuck with him. I was like, I ain't gonna mess with him. Like we ain't not like that. But like whatever you're on court, like you always want to kill each other. You don't want to like be friends or anything. I'm not. At least I'm not like that. To whoever, it could be even Horace. Like we talk about, we joke a lot about Horace, but like even when we go up on the court, you never have that camaraderie. But in that SEA Games, me, Tam, and Horace. I remember I came late, so we were like. I was like, Horace, how's the situation? Like, he's like, oh, you and me sharing a room with Tam. I was like, Tam? I don't want to share a room with Tam. I was like, what? It's you and me. I don't want to share a room with no Tam. Like, shit, he's our enemy. And I remember that because, like, when we first came, and then we had the first practice, I was like, damn, this dude is pretty cool, Like, he's a cool dude. And we made fun of each other in that SEA Games. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but that SEA Games are probably the most fun SEA Games.
Okay.
Because we stayed together in the sports university.
Tuduk.
Yeah.
That's your house.
I live in District 9.
Oh yeah. So we stayed in like a small room with one toilet. It was.
Oh wow.
Shower, 3 beds.
3 beds in one room.
So you guys have to share everything.
Everything.
That's like high school.
Yeah, no, it was bad. And I remember you and me got sick.
You got sick.
I got sick.
He got sick in the room. Horace didn't get sick, but I got sick. And we both were sick, and then Horace, I think, eventually got sick. But yeah,
we were laying on top, almost on top of each other. Because our bed was like 1, 2, 3, like this.
First, it was like that. It was me and Horace, and then there was an empty spot, and yours was on the side.
Yeah,
it was like that, and then we moved the beds across, and Steph put his bed in the middle.
And then once we got closer, we just all moved together.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we stayed together for like a month before this.
Like that.
Yeah, me and Horace were there before this guy. Yeah. He got special treatment over there. Whenever he wants to. So, yeah.
Oh man.
That was probably if I look back at all those years, the ones that I forgot was probably that. Right? That was, I think that time of the life was because my sister was just sick right before that, and like coming in with a camaraderie, they became my family. Like really close. And that's how me and Tam was still friends to this day because of that. But I think like if we wasn't hanging out back then, I don't think we would be as close as we are now.
That's awesome.
We're close.
I mean, that's awesome.
really close.
Yeah, it's too close. Very close.
To go back to the original about Steph. I'm sorry, Stan.
No, you're good, man. Like I said, it's for show.
I'll come on his. I'll come on his.
Okay.
Sidekick.
Deal. All right. Let's go back to Sweden.
Yeah.
Right? That's where you're born, right? Tell us about the life, how was your life back in Sweden? Because I can't imagine anything what's like in Sweden.
Yeah. I mean, as an immigrant family, I mean, we came. My dad was a soldier in the Vietnam War, and you know, coming there to Hong Kong, and it was like you went through a lot of stuff, like you know, for him. But I was born and raised in Sweden, so I never never relate to Vietnam or my heritage or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I remember coming there, and like I thought I was Swedish all my life. I was like, I'm Swedish, you know. I speak Swedish. You know, the only difference is that we have some scents at home. It smells like, you know, differently, and like my clothes smells like, you know, look, mum, and like, you know, stuff. Like, you can joke around about this stuff, but back then, like I saw myself so Swedish, so I never thought that I was like anything different from anyone else. Everybody blue-eyed, tall, and everything. So I was like, I never, you know, like it wasn't to that point where I first encountered racism. So I was like, oh shit. Like it actually exists.
Can't say that word.
It actually exists. But it was just like my life back then. It was like, you know, people might think like just because you're with you, like you have it better over there, and like, just because the higher standards of it, it's not quite like that.
Yeah.
Because like my parents came late, like they're 55 years old. Didn't have the language, didn't have the culture. So there was a lot of stuff like culture collisions that we couldn't really customize to. And knowing all of that growing up, like, it was just a bunch of stuff that you really question yourself. Like, who am I? Like, why am I here? Like, why do I look so different from it? Why is my skin a little bit darker? Why am I, you know, black haired? And like, you know, it just got to me to a point to where I was like questioning everything. And you know that, you know, life in Sweden is nice. Like, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but like we came from more the rough parts of it. So coming up, we didn't really have everything that we wanted, but my parents made sure that we had at least, you know, food on the table. So, I mean, with all that being said, like, I wouldn't change it for anything. You know, I seen poverty here and I seen poverty over there, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to compare.
Yeah.
But my life story in Sweden is something that's like I keep close to my heart, because I mean that made me who I am today.
Yep.
So, you know, that's, you know, it's a little bit different from here, but you know, the way people are thinking and everything, it's super different. Like, people are totally different. Yeah, Swedish people and Vietnamese people, just the way they think, just the way they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So coming back here made me actually realize that I am more Vietnamese than Swedish, you know.
That's actually awesome to hear. Yeah.
I am.
Tricky question. Do you feel like you're more Swedish or Vietnamese?
I feel like I'm more Vietnamese.
Really?
Because back home, I don't know about you, Tam, but like back home, like you go out, you speak like, you know, for you, your instance, like you speak English when you're with your friends outside or you're in school. For me, I spoke Swedish. As soon as I walked out the door, I was Swedish.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walked in the door, I was Vietnamese. Like, I was like, you know, speak Vietnamese and everything. That's why I have the language with me. I'm lucky. I never thought of it before, but I'm lucky that my parents didn't speak any Swedish at all. So, I mean, that's how I kept the Tap Nhang, the like all the like everything with the Buddha and everything. You know, if it wasn't for that, I would be, you know, whitewashed. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's true. All right. Next question, please.
So after you like Sweden, right, and you come back to Saigon, like walk us through about that, like when you first come to Saigon.
Yeah, I remember, because I was talking a little bit to Coach Rabideau. He was coach season 2-13. And that was just when I finished my first 3 seasons in Sweden. And I mean, rest in peace, Coach Rabideau. He passed away.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into. I remember we had an email contact. They found me on Eurobasket, and it was like a database for all the people. So they probably just.
It's a website. Right?
It's a website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
a website.
they probably just put in my last name, which
Yeah.
is Duy Nguyen, right? So it's the most common last name.
Yeah.
And that's how it went on. So I talked to Connor Nguyen now for the Saigon. He's still with it.
Yeah.
And invited me to come down to Vietnam to just for two week vacation. So I came to Vietnam, and I remember I never left to Vietnam because of basketball. I would like have all the youth national teams, all the tournaments and everything. So I could never really leave Sweden on what I had going on.
So you didn't have the basketball mind when you come to Vietnam, right?
No, I came there for vacation basically for the first time. So I came there a year before I really arrived, and I met with him at Rex Hotel, still there and everything, and had to practice with him, and it was all good and all. And after that, I remember landing in Vietnam. I was like, well, this is different. I was like, oh no, there's like every house like solo, and then you see Pitex go. Wait, this was really different. So I just remember all of that was like a shock to me. I was like, is this Vietnam?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, okay, all right, I might have to get used to this. But then you kind of fall in love with it kind of right away. Like people here is just so chill.
That's true. Yeah, I feel
like
that.
back home, people are a little bit more like cold. You don't sit and talk to anyone, but if you ask someone for directions, they probably don't even answer you and stuff. But here, like, as far as I can remember, everybody's so nice to you, as long as you're nice to them.
That's true. That's a fact. Yeah.
I feel fairly safe. I never, knock on wood, but I never had any. She thought it was the door.
That's okay.
But I don't know. I felt pretty safe when I arrived here, and like, I couldn't wait to represent Vietnam once in my life, and yeah.
That's actually one thing that I also felt safe, which I was surprised with, because I used to live in Philippines for like 1 year.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
Like it was long time ago. Long time when I was 14, right before I went to Canada.
Okay.
I lived there for 1 year, and Philippines, it's right next to Vietnam. It's very close.
Mm-hmm.
And Philippines is the difference. So it's very dangerous. And it's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And I was kind of thinking the similar way when I came here. Then when I got here, it was completely different. Yeah. At first, I felt a little bit uncomfortable, of course, because I was also coming from the Western culture. But then the safety part, it was definitely there. Yeah. I didn't feel like I was in danger or anything. Yeah. How about sorry, I'm so sorry, bro.
They just put him in whenever.
Yeah,
No, I'm just chilling.
I want to hear like your first time in Saigon, like when you got here for the first time.
Well, man, my first time when I came here, man, as soon as I landed, I was like, man, I need to go back to the States. Honestly, I wasn't ready for this. Back in the day, I came out here when I was like 10. I came out here to visit.
Oh, you had?
Yeah, I've been here before, but it wasn't like anything I remembered. Because I actually went to the countryside, my family side. So that was like, I had no buildings, no nothing. So out here was kind of different for me. And when I landed, I was like, the weather's the same as Houston, so it wasn't bothering me. But Steph was kind of right about people that are a lot nicer here. And in America, it's kind of just depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
But in America, it's kind of the same thing too. Where I'm at in Houston, it's pretty chill. Yeah, it's not too crazy. It is crazy, but it's not too crazy.
Oh, talking about Houston, I heard that Houston's quite big with the Vietnamese community.
Yeah.
It's quite big.
We're the second largest Vietnamese community. Yeah, first is
first?
LA.
Oh,
Little Saigon.
obviously.
Yeah, Little Saigon. Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Asian town.
Where Horace is at?
Shout out to my boy Horace.
I've never met Horace before.
What?
I've never met him.
What?
He's this big. If you missed him,
I know, right?
you can still see him.
I've heard about him
Yeah.
a lot, but I've never met him before.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause I think when I came back, he left. So he was here when I wasn't here. Then when I came, he left to US. I never really got to see him.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now let's talk about your story about ABL, like your first time.
My first time was obviously last year, or this year, or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, during Corona season.
Corona season.
So it was unfortunately the season ended short. That was my first time playing. Kind of wasn't what I expected. I wish we could have played a little bit longer. We had like one of the best teams in Saigon history, but our record and stuff. It's kind of terrible. But
Tough.
yeah. It's different than VBA. Definitely, competition is more higher. But it's nothing that I ever played against. I always played against high competition before back in the States, and it was fun. It was just fun to show some people that actually doubted me, saying, "Oh, Tam's only a VBA player or this or that," But when it came to ABL, if you give me the ball, man, I can do whatever I can, I'll score. I'll score at will if you want me to.
Bucket.
You know what I'm saying? People say I'm the janitor. I'm out here just people. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to James right there, boy.
Chase said that.
James called me the janitor, boy. You know, buckets.
You guys should have invited this guy earlier to the show.
Yeah, well, we were going to.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were going to, but
Yeah.
it canceled because of the pandemic.
But other than that, man, ABL was fun. Traveling and stuff. I mean, get to see new cities and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. You know, in VBA you don't get to travel. You know,
That's true.
ABL you get to travel, so. And then hang out with the players that you actually played against in the VBA. It was really cool. So I didn't get to know Justin. I didn't get to know Chris. I didn't get to know Qua more. Got to know a lot of people more, and it was pretty cool. Pretty cool just to go from VBA to ABL because you're just killing these boys and throwing out shots fired. I'm out here, I'm the shit.
I love it. I love it.
But Steph knows who I am, man. I'm out here just having fun.
Wait, what? I broke his ankle.
Hey, but if you go back though, the courts were wet. Wet. Because
listen to this.
Hanoi courts.
And put this in the
Hanoi Buffalo courts, man. The roof was leaking.
What?
There's a bucket. Okay, look. When we played in the Hanoi Buffalo gym, there's a bucket literally hanging from the roof while it's raining, catching water. Catching rain, and it's overflowing, and it's on the court. I mean, I'm telling you, the ACs are leaking, everything's leaking. Steph fell. He fell in the first play, and I picked him up on the wet spot.
I fell from having the ball. He fell from.
But no, he
was outside.
He fell with the ball. I could have took the ball and go all the way down and score. But you know what I did? I picked it up. I picked him up. I picked him up.
I remember that.
Check it. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, like
if I want to kill Steph, I'll kill him. Fair and square, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be like, oh, man, the court's wet. I'm about to get 10 on this wet spot. I'm going to use any advantage to get
I just remember those two highlights. You guys should cut that into the podcast.
We'll try to find the clip.
Yeah.
Try to edit it.
I think Tam was looking for a coin somewhere down there.
Okay.
See the video. I haven't seen the video.
I remember we won that game. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did win that game.
Oh, my goodness.
I watched that with the W.
I love this.
I only dropped 25. It's all good.
25 and a what? Technical foul?
That was fun.
Oh my goodness, that was awesome.
That was actually a good game though. It was fun.
To talk about VBA, let's go to VBA. All right, forget this. Okay, forget
that.
Yeah, let's talk about you guys. I think that's more fun. When you played in what is it, Ben Ag Dragon?
Yeah.
You just said you guys met him in the first round.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about that.
No, I remember.
We're coming back when you guys weren't throwing.
I remember because we had a guy. His name was Long.
Oh right.
I was so mad at him because Long always trying to mess with other guys. Like, oh man, what's good, stuff like that. I was like, Long, stop hanging out with enemies. They get shoot around. He would come up to Tam. He'll be like this and that. I was like, no, you don't do that. Like, this like a ethical code that you don't go up. Like, we're gonna battle this guy tomorrow. Yeah. He's like their star player. Mm-hmm. You don't go up and try to be cool with him. I was like, that's not cool. Like, you don't do that. So like me and Tam, up to that point.
But I mean, but the thing is though, you don't know the history of me and Long. We knew each other when I was in California. That's why. So he was my boy.
Back in the
back in the day. That's why.
But it's more like for me, even though I know I knew some guys in Kunta. Oh, did I? Wait, I knew with Coach Dave and stuff. I wasn't dabbing them up. I'm trying to I'm trying to kill these guys.
Beat them up, right?
Beat them up. So that's my mentality to things. Mm-hmm. While other guys would be like, oh man, how's the kids back home? How's this? I was like, honestly, I don't give.
I don't care.
I don't care. I mean, after the season's short, the SEA games come together, then we can be that's why I could kind of relate to what this Jordan documentary when he was nowadays everybody's so cool with each other, but before that, I had a mentality I didn't want to be cool. I didn't know that. I don't think it was mom, but it's just you're not
right.
You're not trying to make friends on court.
Mm-hmm. You guys going up against each other, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
So I remember we lost a few games. We won a few games against them in the season. I don't know. What do you remember from that season?
I remember that you guys were dead last, and somehow you guys got the wild card out of nowhere. And making a story on the BBA. Oh, the suckiest team gets all of a sudden gets a championship, a free ride to the finals.
Hey, it's not how you start. It's how you finish, man.
You're damn right. Yeah,
We just came together.
Yeah, your record was negative.
All I remember is that we came in there. They were stressed out. They were up by like 15 or 10 at half. They were like celebrating everything. Oh, let's go. All right, okay, let's go.
Okay.
All right, okay, let's go.
Oh, you're talking about when the refs were blowing the whistles and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Every
Then,
yeah.
second half, we put up a 2-2-1.
Yeah.
And time we couldn't tell the rest of the story.
Yeah, we lost. We lost. It was 5 against. How many refs were there? 7.
So 5 versus 7.
Yeah,
That's what you're talking about.
All I remember is like I was like, see you next year, my guy.
Oh!
We going to Saigon. We going to Saigon.
Yeah, but this guy want to win and then take a whole year off while I'm over here hungry as hell. Over here going to the finals again, then we end up losing to Justin's team.
So back to the 2016. We won. So we beat them pretty bad at their house in Kanta.
Yeah.
Tam was playing and everything. Like I remember it. I still watch that game every now and then. That game actually felt better than the game against all the other games because we were honestly I can say it, like we had the worst record. We were 4-12.
Yeah,
We were so underdogs. I
It was like a
remember.
Cinderella story.
I remember Coach Dante was like, before we went down to Kanta, he took us out to the beach. Like, this story is so crazy. But he was like ordering 4 beers and like, ordering, we should drink together and stuff like that. He was like, hey man, look at this. He was like, we're sitting on the beach. He's like, look at this. You guys want this for another month? Like me, Jolly, Horace, and Jimmy Kian. And we were like, yeah, that's pretty nice. If we lose to Kanta, we're packing our bags next week. You guys are not staying together anymore. This might be the memories. Like, he was a coach on a mental level that I never had before. So I learned so much from him. He was just like talking about like how you can turn it around, how every set moment in your life you can just decide to switch and change, and then for the better, or for the worse, up to yourself. But you can never stay the same. So he had that mental, he unlocked our mental game quite a lot. So being 4-12, losing to like City Wings, by 40, and then coming into playing Kanta, I think we were down like 2-1 in games to them. They had Tam, they had Nix, they had Sang, they had a pretty decent squad. And I remember him unlocking that, saying like we actually could do it, and like the way he said it and the way he who drinks beers 2 days before importing.
That's
game?
true. Right.
Just make it more about life as itself, and unlocking that for us made us believe in it. And even though we were down by 10-15, he was still believing in it, and like each and every player and everything. So what we just did was we just came together. We just played, basically we just all played around Jolly. And he became the MVP of that year. And that was because like all that year, you lose some games, you win some games, you doubt yourself, you like put your you get high, you get low and everything. But what he learned was like, he still says that don't never get too high, never get too low. Like no big win can, like as good as you feel then, like you gotta feel as bad as them. Just stay the same. Just stay true to the grind. And we just kept riding that wave from that night through the win against Kanta, which actually was crazy. Because you guys were actually pretty decent that year. You just dropped down. Yeah, you just dropped down or something. You guys were second and third. The whole season. No, it wasn't.
No.
But I remember we were 5 teams, and you guys
We were 4th.
Yeah, we played against them.
They took our spot as a wild card.
So then we came in as the 4th spot. We played against Saigon Heat in the first round away.
Okay.
Saigon Heat had David Arnold. They had who was the import again? Do you remember? Miller? No. What was that guy? The skinny guy. The skinny guy.
Darren Miller.
Darren Miller, yeah. Darren Miller, the dunker. They had Hua.
Oh,
They had
Fresh ball too.
Fresh Hua.
Yeah.
They had some shooters. Mukdan, and they had some guys. They had some.
Wasn't Kwa playing for Danang as well before that?
After.
Oh, after
This was
that.
the first year.
Oh, that was after that.
So we came into their house. Coach was talking to us again.
Yeah.
Beat them up. And coach was like, don't celebrate. Keep this mindset, right? 2 days later, come back to Da Nang. Beat them at home again.
Oh,
and they was like, I remember people laughing at us, like, how the hell did these guys, get to the finals? Coming to the finals, I remember this. I remember Justin and J1 wanting us in the like they said something like in an ASEAN sports interview, like they wanted to play against us. Like,
Oh, they've been talking
we're
something
4-0.
about it.
I remember that. Like they were like 4-0 against us in the season. They're like, oh man, we really wanted the Nang Dragons, and Coach Dante kept rewinding it. So we just kept on watching it. They're like, look, they want you. So I remember Hanoi was playing in City Wings, and they barely beat them off like Hanmin's last three somewhere, and then they beat them, and we had an argument that I said I wanted Hanoi.
Oh.
Because that year I was supposed to go to Hanoi, but due to like some happenings, Coach Todd back then chose to trade my rights to there. So I was like, okay, all right. I want to beat Hanoi. Like I always had something against Hanoi. I was like, I want this dude. I want Coach Todd. Like I want to beat him. But all the other guys wanted City Wings because we were 0-4 against City Wings.
Yeah.
And they beat us by 40 and everything. But so we went in a big argument in that film room, and then he just kept on rewinding what Justin and them said. Like, oh man, we want, Mika Turin and this. We wanted the Nang Dragons. We got so fired up. So yeah, we swept them in the finals.
Oh.
Yeah, we swept them in the finals. And
Oh, that's funny because I swept Justin too.
We gotta get Justin in.
Yeah, so we swept them in the finals, and then yeah, that was the year. Like I think that year was so new to everyone. For them, for us, for Justin, for everyone that you guys know now, like Vietnam basketball, that I think the team with the strongest leadership won. That's what I think. Because we just had Coach Dante that was like so locked in on the mental game.
Focus.
Yeah, he was so into like the Philly Jackson, like get these guys right from the same level and everything, and we battle it out.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But now it's your turn, Dan.
What you guys want to know?
Was it 2018 or 18, right?
18.
2018, yeah. 2018 when we came out with the broomsticks and we swept everybody.
Wait, you guys swept first round too?
Yes, we swept. We swept Saigon Heat. And then we came out and we swept you guys.
Wait, you guys met in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys swept them?
Yes, we swept them. We came out, we had a statement. Because that year, the year before that, we went to the finals. We lost to Tottenham Warriors.
Yeah,
we lost to them.
Right.
So we came back for redemption. That was our motto. We came out for redemption. And whoever stood in front of us, we were knocking them down.
Dang.
We were taking you out.
You guys got Hoang Duy. That's the only reason. You guys got Henry. You guys got the best Vietnamese guard. Relax, man.
Really? What was he averaging?
I don't remember. You guys got him, and we had.
No. What we had was me.
This guy. Alright, can you tell us more about that? Like, what was going on? What was going through with the team?
It was just after we lost the finals, Coach Kevin, you guys probably all know of him, right, Steph? And he came out with talking to us after the season. He was like, hey, we did good for our second season of the year. As a new coach too coming in, we went to the finals, and then pretty much after off season we just worked hard. Everybody, it was just treadmill workout, just everything was just on top of everything. It was just work. Just no time for breaks, no nothing. It was just at the gym, and we had D'Angelo.
Right.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
D'Angelo.
Right.
D'Angelo, man. Shout out to my bro right there, man. That guy was a beast, different type of animal.
Yeah.
Man. When he's on the court, he's zoned in, but you can't mess with him.
Oh,
you can't mess
ranked,
with him.
man. He was ranked. There was Klay Thompson and everything.
Yeah, he played with Klay Thompson, a bunch of NBA players. Of the USA team too. Yeah. I think the
under 19.
Under 19 team. Yeah.
So
D'Angelo's pretty a high caliber player.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, we had him. We had Tan. We had my brother Sang coming back for
Tan is also
his full season. Yeah, Tan obviously coming back. We had Howe at that time. We traded him from Saigon Heat.
Yeah.
Howe,
what did you guys trade away?
I don't know who we traded for, but we got Howe.
Young
Howe was
guys.
pretty much just like Sang. They're both fast, just running. It's pretty much that season. All we did was just run the gun, just throw it up, rebound, D'Angelo rebound, push it up, no layup, pass it to the wing, 3, bang. We just 3, bang, bang. Yeah. That was our motto, man. We was just killing everybody, and that was how we pretty much just became a VBA champion.
You guys were just so much better shape than everybody else. That's what I felt like. You guys were just like, I remember like third quarter, I was like, gassed. I was
Wow.
like gassed, and like me and Vince was like, "Hey, we're running and everything. Like, these guys can still run. Like they can still like push
don't
out.
stop,
Just like
right?
they had a second, third, fourth, fifth wind, and we were just like trying to catch up with it. But I just remember like. We were always tight in the beginning of the games, but then at the third and
fourth quarters when we started.
they just started outrun us.
So yeah, third quarter was our quarters to win.
Mm-hmm.
So if we didn't win fourth quarter, then it'll probably be like neck to neck.
Mm-hmm.
Come down to the last bucket, but I mean, we got lucky. Every team was out of shape, I guess. Steph wants to use it. Yeah, but yeah, we out there.
Trash talk never stops with time, bro.
Serving plates of whoop ass. But I mean, it was fun though. It was fun, that year we won championship. I mean, it was cool and all. And to win it in Hanoi, where Henry actually got booted out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
They traded him, I guess.
All right.
They traded him.
Right.
So then you
Because
can
I
tell
came.
on a mission.
I mean,
Yeah, on
Right.
a mission, just just doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
It wasn't as wild as he was before. He was actually really controlled with you guys.
yeah, because we had to tone him down. We
Yeah.
put him on the treadmill workout.
Yeah.
I remember when Henry used to run, and that boy was passing out, dying on the treadmill. Coach Kevin was like, "Hey, if you want to play, you gotta run." Coach Kevin would just stand right behind him, wait until he's finished running. That type of stuff. Yeah. There was some crazy stuff. I mean, that year we were doing some crazy things. We were running level 16 in 6 minutes straight, nonstop for a qualifier. Mm-hmm. Boy, I tell you what, man, my back went numb.
My goodness.
My lower back was numb. I was about to die. But I mean, we passed that, and from there we just skyrocketed. We were just playing ball. Everybody was just connected. I mean, everybody played their role pretty much on the team.
You guys did have a passing big.
Yeah.
That was the thing. And also you guys had 5 shooters on the court.
Yeah.
It was annoying. Because you got to pick your poison, right?
Yeah.
You have a big guy in the middle.
Right.
You have this guy shooting lights off. You have Sang shooting. Then you have freaking Van shooting. Like he's like breaking guys down, coming in. And then you have help. Am I helping off Tam or am I staying with the Tam? Or their team there is really composed.
I mean, you couldn't really do anything to us that year because we had it. Everybody was a threat. You couldn't really do nothing. You step off of me, I'm obviously shooting it. You step onto me, I'm obviously shooting it.
Shooting it. We don't know if you're making it.
You can check my
That
stats,
guy pulling everything.
For all 4 seasons I've been 50% shooting from the field.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Facts.
Check it.
I had no idea.
Check. Let's talk about your class now. This is the last topic that we're going to talk about.
Next level?
The shirt that you're wearing.
Next level.
Yeah. The first question that I want to ask is that, how'd you come up with the name? Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know, because I feel like everyone can come, can take the game to the next level. Like, even I remember before, like, when I was working out with, like, who I was working out with, however good they were, when we were back home in Sweden in summers. And, like, everybody was in the same gym, and it could be, like, NBA player like Jonas Bjerregaard. It could be Jeffrey Taylor. It could be like guys that plays at a very high level. It could also be like guys that wants to go to like the high school level or the college level. But one thing got to my mind is that when you put ambitious people together under one roof, they're just gonna keep pushing each other, no matter what level you're at, right? So for me, I was like, it doesn't really matter where you're at. It's more like where you're going, where you want to go with your stuff, right? So with that being said, I think next level for me was more like I wanted to create a platform for the players, not in like a wide base. I don't want to take everyone to do it, but the guys that are most ambitious and most, it doesn't necessarily be the most talented. Like it doesn't have to, but just those who want it the most. To take the game, to elevate the game, and from all the coaches I learned from, Coach Dante with his mental game, one of my coaches back home. That helped me with my skills, Coach Jurgen, and like all my coaches that I learned throughout my whole life, I took something out of them, from each and every one of them, and I feel like if I can put that European mindset together with everything that I learned out to them, it could help them in whatever age they are, or whatever level they are. So
to get to next level.
To get to next level. So I think that's how the name came up, because I want to create that platform for them, and it came from that gym that we were in Sweden most of the time.
Right. Because the reason why I say this, the first question is because when I'm coaching my school team, RMIT, and then I'm trying to give them like some motivation, or like when I'm trying to talk with them, those two words come up a lot.
Yeah.
Like, next level really those two words really come up a lot.
Yeah.
And then really, like, if you really want to get to that next level, you really got to work hard.
Yeah.
Right? You got to want it. You
Yeah.
got to work for it as
Yeah.
well. And that's why it was very kind of unique.
Yeah.
It always, in basketball, if you're talking, that is where you want to
Yeah.
get to, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I thought it was very unique.
Yeah.
And now that how many students do you have now?
We're around 60, 63 students right now,
Yeah.
abroad and here, and you know, from ages from 8 to 26. So it's like at every age group. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're few of them. Like we have around that's around 63. Yeah.
Oof, that's a lot.
63.
Right. And then in your program, like,
Mhm.
what do you focus on more, like both physically and mentally?
It's more like
what do you focus on most?
it's not. I keep on telling this to them all the time. Like I'm not like they're not here for me. You know?
Right.
Like, I'm really here for them.
Right.
So like, I treat them as like 63 people may sound like a lot,
Mhm.
but all of those 63 people is my personal, like, you know, I'm their mentor, their
Right.
coach, their friend, their, you know, everything. I gotta have ears open and everything for them, and like their best PR guy, their best, you know, everything for them. So like, it's like basically 63 younger brothers and sisters. How it is for me. That's how I feel like. So like, my thing with it whole have never been to like make it so big or whatnot. It's just to make them follow their dreams.
Right.
So like to where some of the guys now made it to what
Right.
their goals and dreams. Because I'm a firm believer that you gotta have goals. You gotta have goals with whatever you do. And my goal with it was to create a platform for the talent that we have here in Saigon. I remember because I go back to the story again. I broke my back my first year, and then I broke my back the third year with Carl Julie's second year, fourth year, sorry. And that was when a young talent, Tony Huynh, texted me. So he's like, I was staying at one of my friend's house, Justin, and he was, Tony was like, always been messaging me a little bit like that on the Instagram, and like we're joking around with each other and everything. But he was like, can you train me? And it never popped up in my head, like,
Right.
you know, what do you want
Right,
to learn? You
yeah.
know, like, you know, a spin move, like, what do you want to learn? But as I started doing it, and as Tony, as good of a kid he is, and like how much he wants it, it spreads, right? So like, it made me wanted it more, and eventually, Tony reached out to Tony's friends, his friends, and word of mouth. I didn't do any marketing really. It was just like I just did it my own way. I think the personal training always been here, and it's been quite wide. And like, there's a lot of people doing it, but the way I do it is that I like to like really push them to understand that you gotta do stuff that you don't want to do to get to where you've never been, basically. So all that stuff that we do might seem extreme for a few guys. Like, you know, people go to school for 8 hours, but 2 hours before school at 6 a.m., they come in and they work out for an hour. In the beginning, the parents like, oh, it's nuts. Why would it, like, you know, they won't have any energy for school. But eventually, as they see results of things, like, I believe basketball becomes fun when you see results.
Definitely.
When you become better. I believe, that's what I believe in. But just have fun to play pickups, just have fun. I just want to shoot, or I just want to do this. I don't need to work on my left hand, or like, you know, just do that and think that's going to be fun to make right hand layups all the time. Like, you're going to get to a point where you can't get to the next level anymore, and you're going to get exposed to where, you know, someone's just going to give you left, like I do to Tam every time I play him.
But there's clear evidence that I go on and I'm on left, and I still on left all the time.
Out of nowhere.
The last pick, our open run, our open run. I go by Steph, do a left hand layup, and I was like, yeah, Steph.
Open run.
I told Steph though. I told Steph, hey, I can't go left, right. I'm right at
On a triple D open run.
But
I thought he was talking about the game. I remember every time.
He supposedly knows my fucking thing.
Right here, left hand side of the court. That's all yours. I remember that.
The thing is though, when I go left, I still score buckets though.
With his right hand, so I just need to
It
feel
doesn't
it.
matter. It doesn't matter. I'm still giving you buckets. It doesn't matter. And I always walk out with the L.
So much right now.
You always walk out with the L. No,
he always walk out with the L.
All I remember is 2016. We went, that game there. But back to the story was that.
Oh my goodness! I don't know.
This is
no, but for each and every player, like you both have been training with me, but for each and every player, I want you guys to just for the player to understand that you can do so much more than you think. Don't put your limits to yourself just because you put whatever. It's all about prioritizing. If there's will, there is a way.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Like it's really far from D7. It's really far from D10. It's really far from wherever in the city. It's really hard to wake up in the morning. But if you can beat those obstacles to still get into the gym and work out when nobody else does, that feeling of finishing that, knowing that you did it and you still have a full day ahead of you,
feels good.
that is something that, you look at yourself and you're like, all right, I'm ahead of my competition. Because guess what? I bet there's hundreds and thousands of people that want to play in DBA, that want to play in college, high school level and everything. So, you just gotta, I just believe, like a firm believer in outworking people. That's what it is. And just beat those.
I mean, Steph's not, he ain't lying. I mean, I'm a walking proof, man. I started at a freaking old age playing. I played when I was 13. Once I picked up a ball, I was like, man, I don't know what that is. What this is. Made my first bucket. I was like, oh, wow, this feels good. Kept practicing, and soon enough, it just became addicting. It was like a drug to me. I was like, man, I need it. Everything else was like, I didn't even want to eat or anything. I didn't even want to sleep. I was like, hoop.
All his life.
That was, literally, it was all his life.
Yeah, those days you just train until you're so hungry you don't want to go home.
Yeah,
you don't want to go home.
You don't know nothing. You're like, man, I got school tomorrow, but oh well, basketball.
I got homework. Basketball. That was
for real. Literally, that's what I thought about in school. I was like, man, I got homework. I think I'm gonna play basketball.
Basketball first.
I barely passed.
No, that's not good. No.
It's not good. No.
It's not.
School first. Always. Stay in school. School first.
Just as long as you pass, because that's what I did. As long as you pass, you're good, man.
Like back in Canada, I told Huy in summer because Canada's up north. I don't know if it's the same in Sweden. During the summer, sun would stay up until 10:30 p.m. Where I stay, right? So every night, 8:30 p.m. I went out. Just after I ate dinner, just went out, hoop until 10:30 for 2 hours. Come back, sleep, shower, sleep, and then same thing every day.
Yeah,
because the sun is up.
Yeah.
Might as well. I can see it.
Exactly.
So,
That's exactly what we did, man.
Yeah.
The same thing from sunups to sundown. Street lights were on. Hey, we're still playing. Until the neighbors came. Hey, you guys gotta go.
It's too loud, man. You gotta too loud.
Too loud. You gotta go.
That's true.
That is true. For Huy, it was yesterday, right?
Yesterday.
You just joined the next level for the first time.
How was that?
Yeah.
Hey, give some feedback, man.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I loved it.
Just because Steph's here, you can tell us the truth.
Actually, I was very excited the day before.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I woke up really early and then.
He got there at 5.
Oh yeah, 5 a.m.
Yeah, I got there at 5:30.
Because I told you guys 5 p.m. So I was like, all right, you guys going with Daniel, you guys going with Jan, you guys going with.
We thought it was 8. Yeah.
Because I saw the message 5:30, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be there at 5. And then when I came, I saw
It was all dark.
all dark.
But it was nice though.
Yeah, but I've learned a lot from one session, things I've never been through before. It was really nice. Yeah.
But it's just I feel like when you come to a point of your game when you're a little bit healthy, what should I learn now? What should I do now? It's more about being precise. For example, what I'm trying to tell the young boys early is that I just want to see how much they want it. Because if you just think it's for fun, I keep getting back to it because some people, love the game.
Yeah.
And they can get it into the gym anytime, right? No matter how hot it is, no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's far, no matter if it's, close to whatnot. You always find a solution to things. Right. But it's just if you want it, man, it's easy. It's easy.
Just gotta go get it.
RMIT kids, listen. Please. Right. That was awesome. Like you said, I was part of it for a little bit. I stopped because I stopped training in general. But every time I went, I don't know how many sessions I went, but I did few. I went a few But every time I went, I knew I'd gotten something better in my school. Right. The first time I went there, I still remember. I went there, and at that time I was kind of like thinking myself like I don't know, like from here I don't know where to get to really to the next level.
Yeah.
And then I think the first thing you showed me was the shoulder. Right, shoulder hit up. That was like the eyes opening for me. Like I've been playing basketball for so long, and now I figured this out. I was kind of mad at the same time because I was like, man, if I just knew this 5 years ago, what if? You know, like all the stuff. Everything was new. And I was so excited, but then I was so mad because I figured it out so late.
I mean, it's never too late, really. Like, I had a guy now, Tam's team just drafted him. I remember he came in, Daniel. He came in 2 years ago, and he was like, Steph, I don't know, I just want to become, like, better at basketball. So I was like, you got to have a goal. Like, if you work towards a goal, it's easy for us to motivate each other to, like, I don't want to work out. I don't want to, like, for me, it's like, I'm not saying I'm like, picky or anything.
Right.
But if I know that you have a goal, and your goal is to make VBA, shit, I've been there. I love it. Like, if you have that goal, we're gonna work as hard as we can to find your niche. Cause like, it's not easy to just become a Tam Dinh. It's not easy to just become a Justin Young. It's not easy to just become a Hua. Like, it's not easy to just become those players because they put so many hours into everything, right? But if you have a plan for 2 years, we can make you an excellent role player. Knock down shots in the corner. You can always become a shooter, like in any league now, in this shooting era.
Especially now.
Tim Well, you can become a really good screen setter. Right. You can become a really good rebounder. Like, it's always something that you can put yourself closer to your dream and then still work on your game. Right. So, like I'm saying, like, if you have a goal, we're going to work towards that goal. Right. But don't, like, it's like everybody have that thing of, like, I'll do it later. You know what? That's because he started it earlier. Right. Oh, that's because of it. I'm saying, that's don't give up on your dreams, man. Because you're only young once. If we give up on our dreams now, I mean, when are we gonna do it then?
It's true. So that's the thing that separates the hoopers, true hoopers, to ordinary people. People for the weak, man. Basketball is just for the strong mind. People that want to actually improve to the next level. Right. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Daniel came in there. I remember he came in and, like, I remember some of our senior guys were saying, I don't know about Daniel. Like, this guy, he first of all, I remember he couldn't get his, handle right. He couldn't get this and that right. Shot. We worked out shooting on threes. Like, it didn't even hit the rim and stuff. But I remember I was like, how do we get this for him to understand? Like, he just got to do it little by little, little by little. That's when the chair came out. That's when all the, like, how to hold the ball came out. And we just went right back to basics. To where he is now. That day when he got drafted, it was big. I think it was big for him, but it was probably bigger for me. Because, there was a project that we had for 2 years. And to see him actually get to that point, and believe in it, and now when he goes to training camp next week, he was telling me yesterday when we were training, he was like, I'm a little bit nervous. So I was like, what is it to be nervous about, man?
Right.
Like, you've
been waiting for this.
You've been waiting for this moment. Like, you've been working so hard for this moment. I get it. Like, you get into a new situation and everything, but, now when he's here, he can't stop. Now he got to turn up a notch. That's why I'm lucky that he's with, one of my closest friends to guide him through it. Because they're kind of in the same position. Right. Having Tam there and, if anything's wrong or anything, he will always have some family around him. He can, lean back to, like, Tam, how do you see this? Because Tam knows how to see the game. Like, he's been playing, like I said, like, at a really high level in VBA. So that's the best guy you can actually learn from at his position, for sure. So, with that being said, it's just like, in Vietnamese, it's called Gozuyen. That, like, you can actually, like, all of the stuff happening at the same time and everything, like, come to a closure. But here it's just like, it's so crazy that he came in with Tam, So that's
awesome.
That's awesome,
Tam, you have your own project as well. It's called Triple D Basketball.
Yes, sir. It's called Triple D, man. We came up with the name sitting down eating.
I was gonna ask the question.
I already know your questions from him, so I'll interview myself. Since I'm a special guest, I can do things on my own. You know?
Please. It's okay.
No, well, pretty much, we just pretty much sitting down on a table like this, me and Justin, and we were eating. I thought about this before, when Steph was doing that, we show up to Steph's stuff and see what he's doing and stuff like that. I always wanted to do this, even before I left to Vietnam my first season. I was like, man, I always want to teach people this, because from how I learned, I haven't really seen, I hear stories of, hints of people doing the same thing what I'm doing, but really when I go to the gym, I see just these kids coming in and they just play, that's it.
Yeah, they just hoop.
And then once they're done playing, they just go home. Or they're playing games, Xbox, whatever.
Right.
When I was to the gym, I played until there's nobody left. I'm still shooting around. I'm still there doing things, But for Triple D, we came up and the first name was called Triple Threat at first.
Oh, right.
And I was like, man, Triple Threat sounds good because it's more of a basketball term. But then we thought about it. We're like, but let's say if these are newcomers coming in, their parents are like, oh, my kid wants to play basketball. What does Triple Threat mean? Like, they don't know what the basketball term means because, they probably never played before. And we tried to change it. We're like, hey, let's call it Triple D. And that time it was me, Qua, and Justin. Qua was there too. And Qua was going to be our third guy. And we're like, oh, Triple D sounds good because, Qua is dribbling. Justin's defense, and obviously it was 3-pointers in Vietnamese Badio. So I was like, oh, cool, we can just do that. And it came out to be like our names have D's in it. My last name, and then Justin's Vietnamese name, and then Qua's middle name is D. So like, oh shoot, it all works out. And then I came up with a slogan. I was like, for basketball terms, it should be called, Triple D can stand for 3 main things that I want to teach these kids nowadays: is the discipline, determination, and dedication. Those are the 3 things that we want to work and embed these things in these kids' heads. It's not just out here just for fun and games and stuff, but you need those 3 traits to actually, come up to improve yourself. We gotta teach you.
Right, keep going. Sorry.
No, okay, but yeah, those 3 main things is what we're gonna do. But we're not just like Steph, where we just stay in one spot. We're actually kind of trying to do it bigger because we're actually like
expanding.
Yeah, but like the first time when Connor talked to me and everybody else when I went to go play for the VBA, they were like, hey, your main goal here is to help grow basketball in Vietnam. And that's been in my head since day one. So, for me to just stay in one spot, we can't really branch out. I want to grab the whole country.
Nation.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why Triple D is more of we can travel anywhere. So it kind of works out with me and Justin because Justin plays for Tongan Warriors. So he's up north, and then I can tell, so I can do the south side stuff, and then we can eventually go into the middle of the hang and stuff like that. And that's what our main goal is, just to have camps everywhere where we just go boom, 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 and just teach everybody, what we went through, how
we can both do it for the culture, giving back, playing yourself so much, you can inspire so many.
Right.
Exactly.
But when you can actually be on hands helping guys,
It's
they do it
different.
more on a wider scale,
Yeah.
while we're doing it more on a more concentrated scale. It's just like we're trying to give back. That's what at the end of the day it is.
And I think people also see it different too. Like more than you guys, because they always see you guys dribbling, shooting on the court. That's all they see. You guys play basketball. But then when they see really you, for example, Steph, like being a coach and personal training, and then really showing out, even to RMIT, like to play with them. That was something different. Like even my friends, all the kids in RMIT, they were like, whoa, next level, what's next level? You get trained by Steph? Like, they were kind of like questioning, like, wait, what? Like, I get to really like see him like right next to him and all that. Like, same with the Triple D basketball. When the first event, you saw how many people showed up.
Yeah,
Futsal.
Yeah, at the
Futsal.
Futsal. Right. You saw how many people showed up.
It was crazy.
Like, they were just going crazy.
And Justin was like, oh man, it's about 60 people. I was like, no, I ain't gonna believe it was 60. It's about to be 100 to 200 people. Sure enough, it was around that much people just there.
It was crazy.
Yeah, we couldn't even have, we only rented for like, I think 2 hours or something like that. And it wasn't even enough time for everybody to play, We wanted everybody to play.
Right.
But we couldn't do that. But, that was our way to market our brand. Like, Steph really didn't market his. It was more word of mouth. Ours, thank God that we have more connections with other people and, more of a bigger team behind us. I'm pretty sure, Steph's doing it his way and I can do it, we have our own unique ways of doing it.
Right.
Promoting our stuff.
Right.
And, ours is obviously not just an academy or camp. You know, we also have our own brand too.
Mhm.
So you know, we're also doing it that way. We're trying to branch out, like really branch out.
Mm.
You know, and pretty much giving back to the community. We're doing charity events, all that.
Oh yeah.
Everything,
Oh right.
you know.
I saw that one.
Yeah,
You
we're trying
just did it recently, right?
Yeah, we actually went to Dinh.
Mhm.
Dinh, we did that. Yeah, we did a charity event there. We did one in I think it was at D7 or somewhere around here.
Mm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did it a couple times, and it was pretty cool just to see people like that. You know, that really needed help and stuff, and actually open up our eyes more. Seeing that, hey, you know, it's not just skyscrapers and shit.
That's
you know,
really
so-
giving back, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
really good.
that was something special for me to see, even though I'm not a Vietnamese, and really step up. You do it really, like the big guy, right? People know about that.
Yeah.
And doing really giving out like that. It was,
I think we should do it more together.
oh
like, you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
like I know Alan
For
talks
sure.
a lot about
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
with the Bangmi project coming up,
Mhm.
and like all that stuff. Like I think that's something that we're too busy to do, but you know, we could do it
We can
more
do
than
it,
we.
right.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of us making more time.
Yeah, make more time to do it
Right.
because I mean everybody has their own stuff to do. You guys got this, you,
Right.
you guys probably got other stuff. You got RMIT stuff, you got next level stuff. I mean, I got Triple D stuff.
Right.
Now I got VBA.
Right. Now the season starts
Yeah.
about to start soon,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? And I'm starting to do all the, you know, reaching out, not just basketball, you know, I'm trying to do other stuff too, like trying to go into the entertainment business, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Rapper, you know what I'm saying? Cause
Oh, shit.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm out here trying to.
T-Dog.
Swish podcast.
You heard it here first. No. I'm out here just modeling, you know, trying
Is
to
it
get
T-Dog? T-Dog.
trying to be like trying to be like Steph over here, you know, how he got in the magazines and stuff over here,
L
you know,
Vietnam.
L Vietnam
Yeah.
over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here.
I got,
trying to do-
something coming up for you guys.
Do-
Don't
do-
worry.
Ooh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, so,
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, I'm trying
So
to do
T-Dog,
some
when are you releasing your album?
you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna release it for, you know, right here on this podcast right here, you know what I'm saying? You know, the first
Freestyle,
one-
freestyle,
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 yeah,
let's go.
First season I got swept by Steph. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, pretty much. At the end of the day, it's just growing basketball fit now,
Yeah.
just for the culture.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
for the
pretty much
culture,
what
all
we're
of-
here for, you
all
know.
of it.
For the
I mean,
culture.
you know, when I first came here, it was more of the local guys are more kind of, you know, to themselves. The heritage players to themselves.
Right.
I remember that one Sea Games. Remember when it was more of that was kind of more of deeper things like North and South type
Yeah.
of stuff. I mean, how was it?
Okay, that's
You know,
a different story.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I
that's a
wasn't
different
about
story.
that, you know.
Yeah,
but
that's a,
We brought them together, though.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
The heritage players.
No, we brought them
yeah,
together.
we
okay,
did,
that's
we did.
good.
We brought them all together.
Yeah, you know, that's another story we can talk about. And I don't want him
Right.
coming through here kicking the doors down and freaking roundhouse kicking. You guys probably know who it is, but I'm not gonna say his name. But more of the local guys and the heritage guys, I like to bridge that gap. You know, we're
That's-
all one. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
really awesome.
We're all one, man. We're not. I ain't no different than you. You know,
Yeah.
just because
Right.
I grew up in America and you grew up here. I mean, I still got Vietnamese blood in me. I'm still Vietnamese at the end of the day, just like
Right.
you. You know, and I don't like when people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm so scared to talk to you."
No.
I'm just a person, just like you. You know,
Right.
I'm just a human being.
Nicest
just like
people
you,
I
You know what I'm
met.
saying?
Two nicest people I
It
met.
ain't nothing special, man. I'm just out here just doing something that I love to do. It's my dream, just to come out here and play basketball.
That's
It's just
awesome.
when I'm on a different level. It's just because I'm more got pictures and this and that. I mean, I'm just, you cut me and I cut you. We're just bleeding the same. You know what I'm saying? We're all gonna bleed. So,
Right.
I mean, we're the same person, same people.
Right.
Ain't nothing new.
Wow. I mean, really for the culture, for both
Yeah,
of you
for real,
guys.
for the
Yeah, for
culture.
real. Huy, you have more questions for? Lastly, do you have questions for any of those?
Yeah, I was gonna ask like how you guys gonna envision like Vietnam like basketball in the future.
Man,
Right.
it's.
I mean,
it's
before we start anything, because for me, what I feel like, you, Steph, as a player, you're kind of like one of the first, like heritage
yeah,
players.
Steph was actually here. Yeah,
Really, right, from
it's
the beginning.
It's either David Arnold or him.
Right, yeah, exactly.
David
But
Arnold's
then David Arnold obviously
Yeah.
left, and you're still here, and still representing country. You got the medal and everything. And Dam over here is like now you're more into training, coaching side, while Dam's still active as a player, like still dominating the league, like scoring.
I'm out here still.
Shit, I might come in for 2 weeks.
Oh!
These boys don't know.
You heard it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
we were talking about you going to Kentucky, right? Oh, yeah, that's all right.
I might have to come in for 2 weeks and beat time up real quick.
Ooh, okay.
Put that clip in. Remember to put that clip
Alright, okay, remember the video, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna look for that clip.
Well, I'm gonna try to find
And
it
then
out.
look at the end, the last play when I did him up too.
The clip? I can help you find the clip.
Okay, I'll take the clip. Send me.
Of course.
Send me.
World ice skating contest.
But anyways, like both of you guys represent such a big part of the Vietnam basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The medal is obviously that was the first
History.
time. That's
It was
like
history,
history.
yeah.
Like for you have both.
Yeah, I got two.
top
Mhm.
five.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Two's better than one, Steph.
It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
Yeah, stop.
No,
No,
but I mean, give credit where credit is due. I mean, without Henry Chifung and you
Yeah.
know all those
Right.
people that set the foundation,
Supporting
it
us,
wouldn't
yeah.
it wouldn't be possible
Wouldn't-
for us.
That's
Yeah, we wouldn't have had a
basically
chance
people
to
that
do this.
we don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So they are the people behind the success and everything. So like,
the sponsorships,
Yeah.
Jung, freaking everybody, man.
yeah,
From the staffs
Yeah.
to the fans to the players themselves.
I feel like that makes more of the success more than us actually. Like,
Right.
of course,
Yeah.
we're out there playing, like
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
but just knowing that you have that support from back home, like people congratulating you, people like wishing you good luck, like stuff like that. It means it means a lot.
Yeah, even those people coming out to
Huh.
support
The
us out
Philippines,
there,
right?
the Philippines
Yeah.
to support us, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So I mean, yeah. With all that being said, I think Vietnam is heading in the right direction.
Oh yeah, definitely. But from other countries that I've been hearing, they're saying well, Vietnam's pretty coming up.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
on the rise. We're on
Up
the
and coming.
rise. We're
Especially SEA Games. I feel like we should have beat Thailand. That
yeah,
game.
we should have.
I was saying
We're up by 4, 2
Right.
minutes left.
Yeah, I watched
You
that
guys
game
could
too.
have. You guys could have had the silver or even gold. Chase that gold.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But
We should have gotten that game. It still haunts me to
we
the day.
got 2 silvers actually.
Right. Exactly. Right.
It was right there in our hands.
Mm-hmm. But no, I think it's on the right way with like you know with everything that is going on right now. I'm just excited. From my own personal like view is that we got some more guys coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got some more guys coming up from
Some young talent.
Some young talent coming up. I mean, I invited Tam to come and see some of our guys.
Mhm.
We support each other quite a lot.
Right.
So like with Triple D, I'm trying to come through in his runs. Like he come in through and like check our guys out, and then you know it's something that you just appreciate each other because like we're trying to start a movement of you know creating that culture and just keep on you know pushing it. And I think we're in the right way. You know, having a court now in Thao Dien, having like you know universities and like you know everything is becoming a hype around it.
Right.
So like, so all the academies and everything, I think that's gonna build the grassroots, and then you know eventually one day we will have hopefully we will get basketball players at the highest level and
Sky's the limit.
yeah, sky's the limit. Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I was playing. I played 4 seasons in the VBA. From first season to now, I mean, I can see it's just basketball is actually
Rising.
Really growing.
Rising.
Yeah, it's growing. It's catching up to soccer. I mean, soccer's
It is.
obviously always
Yeah.
there, but
I
basketball's
believe
coming
so,
up.
too.
Yeah,
I believe
basketball's
so, too.
actually pretty much up there now. So just to see that and just to be part of that, knowing that I mean, I was part of that. Steph was part of that. Justin Young, you guys are David Arnold.
Right.
We're all part of that stuff and doing what we love to do.
Mhm.
And that's something that I'm gonna look forward to when I retire and not play no more and be like, oh shoot.
Look back.
Yeah, look back. I'm like, dang,
We're a part of the foundation.
we're part of that.
We did that.
We're
That's
the
what you guys
we're
probably
the
do.
yeah.
And we said all that stuff in the Swish podcast.
Yeah, exactly, for real.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
I think we're gonna wrap it up now. And
Something
wow.
I don't do.
Right.
Got him.
Like I
You gotta
said,
delete that.
non-stop.
Don't delete that. Put that on.
That's an
That's why
intro.
my daughter's 8 now.
People actually watching this, man.
It don't matter. Hey,
We're gonna post this out on
hey, but the thing is, though,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just as real as you get, man. Hey, there ain't no filter.
T-Dog.
on me. I'm real, man.
I got
I'm
this
real.
new rapper name. Oh, that's
real.
crazy.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, overall, thank you guys so
Thank
much
you, thank
for having this
Yes,
time.
sir.
Thank you. Thank
See you next week.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm sorry for
Thank
crashing
you.
your party.
Oh, it was awesome, dude.
It was awesome, though.
It was
Yeah.
actually so much better.
Yeah, it was
Really,
so much better.
Better than what I expected because I was
Damn.
nervous.
There were stories we've never known before.
I wasn't ready for him. So I was kind of nervous.
You can never be ready for it.
I found that out today.
You put me on the spotlight. It's on.
This guy's crazy, man. Like this guy.
I didn't know.
This is the craziest guy that can like play at such a like high level and like play so like he plays hard every time I play with him, right? But at home he comes home with 2 Big Macs, 2 French fries, 2 Coke.
Yeah,
that's what he told me too when I was interviewing him.
How do you do that?
Right.
His food is like his nutrition is the worst I ever seen in my life.
That's what he told me when I was interviewing him before we were doing the podcast. So at that time, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know if that's a good influence for the kids watching this.
I've never seen him before, and I live with this guy, and I see him like, hey Steph, can you order me like two Big Macs? we got practice in 30 minutes. He's like, I need
I need something, man.
Like the other day, I had 2 large pizzas, man.
You ate all of them?
Yeah, shout out to Pizza Hut, man. I want to get one free, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm out here, doing them deals. Domino's, man, you name it, man. I'm eating, man. Boy, I'm out here, man. We go to a restaurant, I gotta get double of everything. Actually, last night, I put it on my story. If you guys follow me on Instagram and Facebook.
Follow Dinh23, right?
Yeah, Dinh23 on Instagram, man. Hey, yesterday I went to Pizza for Peace by myself. I had 2 big old plates. I put it on 1 plate. Hey, every time I go to Pizza for Peace, they be like, 2 plates? It's just, you come with somebody else? No, it's just for me. It's just for me. So they're just standing there. They would literally stand next to the table and they just look at me.
Story.
I get this plate and I just dump it on there.
No, he's crazy.
Yeah, I just dump it on there and I just give them to them. They just watch me like, what the hell? And I'm just eating. Like, this guy's a fucking animal.
He slipped here last week, and he was like, Steph, what are we eating? I was like, I'm eating some salad or something.
You're trying to cut low, right?
Like, salad from Pizza Hut? I was like, so we ate 2 pizza. Pepperoni in Hawaii. Then he ate,
I ate the whole pizza. Wow. I ate the whole pizza and a half of the Hawaiian.
Ah, wow.
I was hungry, man.
What do you say? Impossible is nothing.
Anything is possible, man.
Anything is possible.
Right there. Boston Celtics.
You should have a food competition with Uzi next time.
I actually, me and Wusi actually had a little episode before about the Korean barbecue and stuff like that. We were talking about it. We wanted to do another one. So
that's awesome.
So hopefully we'll do another one.
For snacks.
For snacks now.
For snacks.
It's a warm-up Korean barbecue one. But anyways, to finish it up, thank you guys so much. I had a great time with you guys. It was awesome, man. I really hope to do it again if you guys have time next time.
I'm down for
sure. I'm down.
Right.
That was fun.
Hell, thank you.
When it's his turn, I'll come through.
Yes. Next time, London. Steph will be there for him.
Nah, we're not inviting him. You heard too much already.
Oh, yeah. Anyways.
No.